EB-2 or EB-3? Which green card category is better for Indian national F-1 OPT EAD visa holders? EB-2 is generally better for Indian F-1 OPT EAD visa holders because it positions you in a higher preference tier and avoids volatile down-tiering that heavily impacts the EB-3 queue. However, given the severe multi-decade green card backlog for India, both categories function similarly as long-term holding patterns while on an H-1B visa. Here are the key differences between EB-2 and EB-3. Let's compare the EB-2 and EB-3 green card categories. For EB-2, you generally need a master's degree. Both categories a PERM labor certification. Why EB-2 is predominantly advantageous? H-1B extension stability. Securing an approved I-140 in either category allows for indefinite H-1B visa extensions beyond the standard 6-year limit. However, entering the system via EB-2 leaves you with more lateral options later on. Downgrade flexibility. It is legally possible to downgrade an EB-2 petition to EB-3 if the EB-3 visa bulletin dates temporarily move ahead of EB-2. You cannot upgrade an EB-3 to an EB-2 without an entirely new PERM and higher corporate job requirements. Reality of the visa bulletin for Indian nationals. According to the latest August 2026 visa bulletin, the U.S. Department of State listed India EB-2 as unavailable because the annual per-country caps for fiscal year 2026 were entirely exhausted. The dates will reset with a major advancement when the new fiscal year opens on October 1, 2026. Meanwhile, India EB-3 sits at a final action date of January 1, 2014. Because both categories have decade wait times for Indian nationals, the primary goal for an F-1 student is securing any approved I-140 to remain in the country safely.
Approved PERM, benefits of an EB-2, EB-3 green card. Approved PERM for Indian nationals on F-1 OPT EAD visa. An approved PERM labor certification provides substantial, immediate, and long-term benefits to an Indian national on an F-1 OPT STEM OPT EAD by anchoring their multi-year transition into the U.S. employment-based immigration pipeline. While it does not automatically grant a green card due to its extensive per-country visa backlogs for India, it is the essential gateway that legally unlocks H-1B extensions, safeguards your place in line, and bridges the gap between temporary student status and permanent residency. Long-term status security locks in your priority date. The day your employer files the PERM, it becomes your permanent priority date, establishing your official place in the green card queue. Portability to future employers. Once your subsequent Form I-140 is approved, you retain this early priority date forever. Even if you change employers, or transition to a different EB-2 or EB-3 visa category later. Unlimited H-1B extensions. An approved PERM or an I-140 approved as a subsequent step allows you to bypass the statutory 6-year maximum cap on H-1B visas, granting you extensions in 1-year or 3-year increments indefinitely while your green card is backlogged. Immediate professional safety nets. Reduces H-1B lottery pressure. While you still need to secure an H-1B or another dual-intent visa to stay long-term, having an early approved PERM accelerates your green card timeline from day one of getting that visa. Demonstrates employer commitment. Sponsoring a PERM requires substantial financial investment and strict regulatory testing from your employer, cementing your long-term value to the company. This establishes a path to family immigration. Securing this initial phase ensures that your eventual green card path will automatically include your future spouse and unmarried children under 21 as derivative beneficiaries. Navigating F-1 single intent restrictions, she maintains current F-1 OPT compliance. An approved PERM belongs to the employer, meaning it does not legally disrupt your current F-1 student status or your active OPT or STEM OPT work authorization.
Approved I-140. Benefits of an EB-2 or EB-3 green card. Approved I-140 for Indian nationals on F-1 OPT EAD visa. An approved Form I-140 in the EB-2 or EB-3 category provides massive, career-altering safety nets for Indian nationals currently on an F-1 OPT or STEM OP-40. Benefits of most notably by securing an official green card backlog priority date and granting the ability to extend an H-1B visa, indefinitely past its standard 6-year limit once transitioned. While an approved I-140 date does not instantly grant permanent residency, due to the extensive USCIS Indian visa backlogs, it fundamentally changes your immigration leverage. Due to the hard-locking your priority date, backlog protection. Your priority date is your official placeholder in the green card waiting line. Due permanent spot. Once an I-140 is approved and active for 180 days, that specific date belongs to you permanently. Portability benefit. If you switch employers or advance your career years down the road, your original priority date can be linked to your new employer's petition, saving you years of waiting. 2. In F-1B extensions post-OTT transition. Breaking the 6-year cap. The standard H-1B work visa maxes out at a total of 6 years. AC-21 Lifeline. Under the A-21 law, individuals with an I-140 facing per-country backlogs can extend their H-1B status in 3-year increments indefinitely. Lottery peace of mind. While you must still successfully transition from F-1 OPT to an initial H-1B via the annual USCIS H-1B lottery. Knowing you have an open-ended H-1B extension capacity removes massive long-term pressure once you are selected. Ultimate job portability and porting flexibility. Upgrading categories. If you start with an EB-3 approval but gain 5 years of progressive experience or complete a master's degree, you can port your original priority date forward into a new EB-2 petition. No cap re-entry. If you must temporarily return to India or work globally for a subsidiary, you can safely exit the US. Without resetting your green card line, a future employer can petition to bring you back on an H-1B, without making you subject to the restrictive annual H-1B cap lottery. Direct benefits for spouses. H4 EAD spousal work authorization. Once you move from F-1 OPT to H-1B status, your approved I-140 gives your dependent spouse the legal right to apply for an H-4 Employment Authorization Document, EAD. Unrestricted employment. Unlike your restrictive employer, sponsored visas, an H-4 EAD allows a spouse to work freely anywhere, open a business, or work in any industry without corporate sponsorship. Can Indian nationals on F-1 OPT EAD visa have both EB-2 and EB-3 or I-140 petition approved simultaneously? Yes, an Indian national on an F-1 OPT EAD visa can have both an EB-2 and an EB-3 I-140 petition approved simultaneously. United States Citizenship and Immigration Services allows an individual to have multiple immigrant petitions pending or approved at the same time. This strategy, often called an EB-3 downgrade or maintaining concurrent tracks, is illegal and frequently used by Indian nationals to take advantage of shifting backlogs in the visa bulletin. Holding these dual approvals while remaining on an F-1 OPT EAD student visa comes with significant benefits. Maintaining dual approvals. Priority date retention. Whichever I-140 was filed first establishes your priority date. You can port this priority date to the other approved I-140 category to secure the earliest possible place in line. No automatic cancellation. An employer can file a new EB-3 petition based on a previous EB-2 PERM labor certification if qualified. This results in 2 separate, valid approved I-140 petitions. While US allows multiple filings, having any approved Form I-140 heavily impacts an F-1 visa holder due to the concept of immigrant intent. F-1 status and CPT-OPT extensions. As per official USCIS policy manual updates, an F-1 student can have an approved I-140 and still apply for OPT, STEM OPT extensions, or change schools while inside the US. The Indian backlog dilemma. Most students transition from F-1 OPT to a dual-intent visa like the H-1B to travel safely and renew their status indefinitely while waiting. For Indian citizens, an approved I-140 is a major milestone that unlocks critical work and travel flexibility, while waiting out the lengthy employment-based green card backlogs. It secures your priority dates and allows for indefinite H-1B extensions past the standard 6-year limit and H-4 EAD for spouses. Specific benefits include indefinite H-1B extensions. You can bypass standard 6-year H-1B limit and receive 3-year extensions until your green card becomes available. H-4 EAD eligibility. Your dependent spouse can apply for an Employment Authorization Document, EAD, permitting them to legally work for any U.S. Job portability. Under the American Competitiveness in the 21st Century Act, AC-21, and port your priority date without losing your place in line, provided your previous I-140 has been approved for at least 100. Priority date retention. Once an I-140 is approved, you lock in your priority date for the corresponding category, even if you change jobs or if the original employer withdraws the petition after 180 days. The priority date dictates when you can file the Form I-485 to finally adjust your status to a permanent resident.
Benefits of filing an early green card for an Indian national F-1 OPT EAD visa holder, establishing an early green card priority date. This places you sooner in line for visas, which is critical for mitigating years-long backlogs for Indian and Chinese nationals. Early filing also grants flexibility for travel and work, and allows for a smoother adjustment of status once your date is current. Specific benefits include locking in a priority date. For an Indian national F-1 OPT EAD visa holder, submitting your petition early ensures you get ahead of the queue. Because green card availability is constrained by annual limits and country quotas, securing a place in line early prevents your priority date from worsening later. Avoiding cap gap complications for an Indian national. F-1 OPT EAD visa holders often face the cap gap. This occurs if their OPT expires before October 1st. Filing an immigrant petition, like Form I-140, early can provide a pathway to continuous authorized stay or alternative work permits, helping avoid reliance strictly on H-1B lotteries. Smoother adjustment of status, AOS. Once your priority date is current, having your petition already filed allows you to file for Form I-485. This frequently allows you to obtain an employment authorization document and advance parole, allowing you to work freely and travel internationally, while waiting for final green card approval.
Please feel free to reach out to Artifint Robotics Technologies at 945-468-8100 for more information on starting an employment-based green card process for F-1 OPT EAD visa holders.